Finding wines we like is the quest we're on together. A lot of people are confused and intimidated by French wines because they don't know what's in the bottle. Because of that, frequently they don't even try French wines. We're here to take the mystery out of two of the largest wine regions in the world, and they're both in France. This will actually be surprisingly simple. We'll cover 3 things about both Burgundy and Bordeaux regions and their wines. Number 1, we'll look at Burgundy. Number 2, a quick breakdown of Bordeaux. Number 3, we'll look at white Burgundies and Bordeaux wines. And stick around for a quick tip at the end. Keep in mind, at any time, if you like what you hear, click like, subscribe, and hit the little bell so you'll be notified when there's a new post. Also, make sure that you share this with your friends. I'd really appreciate it. So like I said earlier, Burgundy and Bordeaux are 2 French wine regions. They make very different wine styles, and the reason for this is different grapes varieties are planted in each region, primarily because of climate. Burgundy is further north in France with a cool climate. This means the grapes that ripen early do better in this climate, like Pinot Noir. Meanwhile, Bordeaux is further south with a warm climate. It's on the Garonne estuary or river. Also, the Atlantic Ocean moderates or has an influence on the climate. Grape varietals that thrive more in heat, ripen late, and need a longer growing season really do well in this climate. I'll get to those grapes in a second. Okay, number 1, Burgundy and its wines. Now, with the exception of an occasional renegade wine producer who breaks French tradition and requirements, in Burgundy, if it's red, it's a Pinot Noir. Also, I should mention Gamay. Gamay is a grape that comes from Beaujolais, which is a sub-region of Burgundy. Now, while this is technically from Burgundy, on the bottle it will say Beaujolais. With Beaujolais on the bottle, you won't confuse Gamay with Pinot Noir. Now, actually, you don't see a lot of Gamays or Beaujolais in the market, so I won't even deal with it. So, if you like Pinot Noir, then Burgundy is for you. By the way, this is a Burgundy bottle. You see how the shoulders, how they're low? They are designed that way for a reason. This is a Bordeaux bottle. You see how the shoulders are high? They're also there for a reason. Now, actually, to get a better handle on what I mean by this, you ought to check out my video, Wine Bottles, the Big 3. There you'll learn more about Burgundy and Bordeaux bottles and why they're designed the way they are. That's actually pretty interesting stuff. Okay, back to Burgundy's Pinot Noirs. They're thin-skinned and lighter in color and content. Now, when making a Pinot Noir wine, the wine will be lighter in color because the color is extracted from the light skins. Now, what I mean by content is there are flavonoids and tannins that give a wine its structure and flavor. Tannin is the component of wine that causes your mouth to feel dry or pucker. So what you have with a Pinot Noir is something that is both light in color and low in tannins. Next to a Bordeaux, it looks more delicate. Do you see the difference? You can also taste the difference. Pinot Noirs are very flavorful, but lighter and more delicate in your mouth. Now, as we get to number 2, Bordeaux, red Bordeaux wines are made from a blend of 5 grapes, not necessarily all at one time. The 3 most prevalent are Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, and Cabernet Franc. The other 2 are Petit Verdot and Malbec. I had dinner the other night with some friends. We had a Petit Verdot from their wine collection. They didn't even know they had it and were absolutely crazy about it. It would have just laid there for who knows how long. They probably would have never tried it. And the reason is because they didn't know what a Petit Verdot was. Somebody had given it to them and it just laid there. Sorry about that. Back to Bordeaux grapes. The Cabernet Sauvignon brings big tannins, but the Merlot and Cab Franc soften the Cabernet Sauvignon's tannins because they're lower in tannins. If you like nice, layered, flavorful, complex reds, then Bordeaux may be for you. Actually, you can get Cabernet Sauvignon with Merlot in it, or you can get Merlot with Cabernet Sauvignon in it. I'll have a little bit more on that in the little tip at the end. Unlike the thin skins of Pinot Noir, the Bordeaux grapes are both darker in color and thicker skinned. You'll find more color and flavor, more tannins in the wines from Bordeaux than the wines from Burgundy. If you're one of those people that Pinot Noirs are too delicate for you and Cabernets are too big for you and overpowering, then a Bordeaux is an excellent option for you. Now, number 3, white wines. When people talk about Burgundy and Bordeaux wines, they're usually talking about red wines. However, both regions produce some absolutely wonderful dry white wines. Generally, if it's white and comes out of Burgundy, it's a Chardonnay. Typically, they're clean and crisp with very little or no oak influence. Bordeaux produces beautiful white wines also. Like its red counterpart, typically Bordeaux whites are a blend of grapes. Most frequently, it's a Sauvignon Blanc blended with a Semillon. So for reds, Burgundy is Pinot Noir, and Bordeaux is a Cab Merlot blend. For whites, Burgundy is Chardonnay, Bordeaux is a mouth-watering Sauvignon Blanc Semillon blend. Folks, it doesn't get much simpler than that. Oh, and if you want a sweet dessert wine, Bordeaux's got that covered. It's got a wine called Sauternes. Absolutely delicious. Well, there you have it. We just simplified Burgundy and Bordeaux wines. Hang in there for the quick tip at the end. But first, thank you so much for investing the time to watch this video. If you've got something out of it, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe or ring the little bell to be notified when I post other videos. Alright, are you ready for the quick tip? When I first got started trying to understand more about French wines, I was a little confused with the whole red Bordeaux thing. Like I mentioned earlier, wines from the region are either mostly Cabs with some Merlot or mostly Merlot with some Cabernet Sauvignon. To help myself keep it all straight, I came up with a little trick. I hope you find it helpful. So earlier I mentioned that Bordeaux is on a river. If you want more Merlot because you like lower tannins and it goes better with more food, you ask for a right bank Bordeaux. As time goes by, you learn the names of the villages that produce these wines, which include Fronsac, Castillon-Pomerol, and Saint-Emilion. If on the other hand, you want more Cabernet Sauvignon because you like the boldness and more tannins, then you ask for the left bank Bordeaux. As time goes by, you learn that those villages that produce those are Médoc, Margaux, Graves, Saint-Julien, and several others. Actually, quite a number of others. When I first started, at the time, I was partial to Cabernet Sauvignon more than I was Merlot. I wasn't crazy about big, gigantic cabs though. I'm left-handed and liked cabs more. Wine with more cabs came from the left bank. Accordingly, my focus was then left bank Cab Merlot blends. You know, this is like drinking wines from Napa or Sonoma. Napa's wines are completely different than Sonoma's wines. As you get more into it, you realize and learn that Napa's Howe Mountain, Carneros, Mount Veeder, Oakville, Spring Mountain, and Stag's Leap taste different than those from the valley floor. And Sonoma's Alexander Valley, Dry Creek, Chalk Hill, Pine Mountain, and Russian River Valley are different from the actual Sonoma Valley. You know, actually, when it comes to Bordeaux, I used to think it was kind of cool to be able to say, I want a left bank Bordeaux, please. I guess I got a little vulnerable there, didn't I? That's too late. It's already recorded. By the way, when you go to a decent place to get your wine, whether online or in a store, just ask the person helping you that you want a left bank Bordeaux, or a right bank if that's what you prefer. The point is, You'll sound knowledgeable, and they'll know exactly what you're talking about, and you'll get exactly what your taste buds desire. Folks, thanks for joining me. I'm here to help and serve you as we become wine lovers together. Well, there you have it. Make sure you watch these other videos, and remember to hit like and subscribe if you got something out of this video. Until next time, cheers.